Hello everyone, this is PK Entertainment and we are back again, and here now we have another video for you, and this will be a quick update on the box office for Thor Love and Thunder within its second weekend of release. Now there might be spoilers within this review for the movie itself, so just beware when going to this overall video, and you can check out both my non-spoiler and spoiler reviews of the movie, and I'll leave some links within the description. So on to the box office then, and in its second weekend, the movie took a big drop of over 68% within US cinemas for a 46 million total, and overall it has grossed 232 million in the US since its release. In terms of its global box office, the movie has reached the $500 million mark when adding overall 264 from international markets so far. So what does this mean for the movie then? Well, we can't deny that a 68% drop within the US box office isn't great. It's right in line with the standard of the recent Marvel movies such as Black Widow, Spider-Man No Way Home, and also Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now again, I think the drop was an indication of the mixed reception from both critics and fans and audiences in general, and the fact that the movie doesn't quite have the same must-see essential viewing that we certainly had with Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, where of course you were coming off Spider-Man No Way Home. You were dealing of course with the introduction of the multiverse, so there was a lot more to speculate and get excited for going into that movie. We didn't quite get the same aspects with Thor Love and Thunder. For the most part, it just came across as just another Thor movie, and going into it being a fourth entry within a character and his franchise, you are going to eventually see some diminishing returns. Now, of course, Thor Ragnarok was very much a rejuvenation of the franchise, but Thor Love and Thunder seemed to just very much copy what we already saw in Thor Ragnarok, so that freshness and that novelty wasn't quite there this time around. And in terms of the MCU itself, Thor Love and Thunder didn't really seem to be an essential piece. You could easily skip this movie and move on to the next MCU entry without losing any history of knowledge of where exactly they're going in terms of Phase 4. But despite this, reaching 500 million worldwide after 2 weeks is still a solid achievement for any movie regardless of what franchise you're involved in. And at this stage, I think the movie will probably top out at around anything from around 700 to 750 million, which again, when you consider that it won't be releasing in China or Russia, it's still overall a good outcome for the movie itself. It's still going to make profit, maybe not the profit levels that Disney were hoping for, but the movie is still going to cover its costs and still make some money back, which is what every studio wants to do overall. We do talk again about the 45-day window before going over to Disney Plus, which does affect these movies and the amount of money that they can make, because people will think, well, there's no need to go and have repeat viewings when they can wait a month and a half. It will appear on a Disney Plus streaming platform and they can watch it multiple times in the comfort of their own home. And I think Marvel probably need to reassess and look at that window date. We understand they want to prop up their streaming services, but at the same time, if it's going to affect the amount of money that they make in terms of theatrical, which is still more than a streaming service, people have to bear that in mind. They do really have to kind of check themselves and maybe extend that window going forward in the future, in my personal opinion. So when we look at the total overall, I wouldn't say that we should start claiming that the MCU is in trouble or it's dying or it's in some sort of crisis. Again, we'd have to wait for the next 2 to 3 weeks to see overall what Thor Love and Thunder will make in its general run. We do know that the next movie up for release is Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Now, I suspect that would make more money than Thor Love and Thunder because, of course, you're dealing with the post-death of Chadwick Boseman, so you've got all the curiosity going into that movie as to how exactly they're going to handle the role of T'Challa. There have been certain leaks already in terms of the plot and storyline online regarding Wakanda Forever. Now, whether those prove to be true, we'll wait and see. Again, that will add more curiosity going into that film. There'll be much more of a desire from fans to honour the legacy of Chadwick by going to see the film and overall supporting it. And of course, you've got the added element of Namor, one of the original villains from Marvel's comic universe, making his entry into the film as well. So I think Wakanda Forever is probably going to see bigger results than what Thor Love and Thunder would. So that could be another significant bolstering in terms of the MCU and their commercial box office numbers. Now, I've stated in previous videos that the bigger issue in terms of the MCU is not necessarily the box office numbers, but it's the oversaturation and the overloading the audience with its constant content regarding both the movies and the Disney Plus shows as well, and the real quality control that I think they're starting to lose in terms of the writing and storytelling, and they could end up fatiguing their audiences. I think that's the biggest concern so far going ahead within Phase 4. But going back to Thor Love and Thunder, as I said, maybe not a great second weekend, particularly when we look at the 68% drop. But the fact that it still reached $500 million within 2 weeks, that's nothing to be sneezed at. So at this stage, I still think the movie will go on to be a solid, if not exceptional, box office hit for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So those are my overall thoughts and quick feelings on the Thor Love and Thunder and its second box office weekend, dropping a huge 68% within US cinemas. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think this is alarm bells for the franchise, or do you think this is standard dropping for the MCU entries? And aren't you not too concerned if you enjoyed Thor Love and Thunder? Do you think these are good numbers, and are you still excited to see a 5th installment surrounding the character? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please also hit and like the subscription and notification buttons so I can provide you with more high quality content like this in the future. But that's it for now. Take care of yourselves, stay safe distances, and I will see you very, very soon.